I'm Cape Jewel, and this next great comic book video has been brought to you in part by the good folks over at Bambox. What is Bambox? Well, it's a mystery box unlike any other. Every month they send awesome, one-of-a-kind autographed merch directly to your door. Want to step up your jacket? Oh, well look, we've got a special fringe patch. Are you a big fan of Sam Raimi movies? Of course you are. Well, why not the license plate from all those cars in all of his movies? Pretty sweet, huh? Pretty inside baseball. Also, hey, you like art? I certainly like art. Well, we got some great ones right here. We got stuff inspired by Gremlins, just a little after Halloween. Some great Edward Scissorhands stuff. I know these are going to look awesome on my wall, and I'm sure they'd look awesome on your wall too. So with that in mind, be sure to check out the link down below for Bambox. Tell them your good buddy Kate Joel sent you, and with that, let's get to the video.
We're taking a closer look at Daredevil issue number 595. Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, has done the impossible. He's become the mayor of New York City. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Alrighty then, so this is the first legacy title for Daredevil. Not only did they return to old school numbering, but they also catch you up on who the Kingpin is and what his basic deal is in case, God forbid, this is your first ever Daredevil comic. Matt Murdock is overall pretty blindsided by this recent turn of events. He had been dealing with blind spot in Asia only to return home and see one of his greatest foes elected mayor. Foggy tries to explain what went down. Fisk waited till the absolute last second to actually register as a candidate. He ran on a platform that was basically best described as New York first, screw everyone else, used his own harsh upbringing in the city to garner support, as well as capitalizing on the success of his brand new memoir that was written in the pages of the Kingpin miniseries from earlier this year, as well as cashing in a bunch of favors he accumulated during the Secret Empire. Now, our hero doesn't believe for a damn second that Wilson Fisk, given his criminal past, could do something like this and run legitimately. He had to have stolen the election somehow, and it's only a matter of time until he finds out. I bet you it was the dastardly work of Crimson Dynamo, Omega Red, or possibly Emil Blonsky. The hits just keep on coming for poor Matt Murdock too. At work, his boss at the district attorney's office tell them that because, well, they're essentially part of the arm of the local government, they work for Fisk now too. And right now, one of the mayor's election promises was to crack down on supervigilantism in the city, even though Daredevil worked really hard to make it so costume crime fighters could stand trial, and helped give testimony and evidence for the bad guys that they catch. Only Fisk can't have any of that, and because of it, he's put Daredevil in one hell of a position. He can either keep his job, even though that would mean being forced to hunt down and prosecute, well, himself and all of his friends in the superhero community, or he could quit, even though doing so would send a hell of a message, and Fisk is already pretty suspicious that there's a connection between Matt Murdock and Daredevil. Old Hornhead decides to put all of this aside for a second and go clear his head by beating up some criminals, you know, classic superhero stuff. Only the punks he chooses to roust turn out to not actually be street punks at all. They're actually undercover NYPD doing a major Daredevil sting that he walked directly into. Once again, Daredevil finds himself in a real no-win scenario right here. Does he fight these otherwise good cops who are just doing their job, even if that job now entails doing the bidding of Kingpin? Or does he run and end up looking super guilty? Eventually, our hero is forced to acquiesce, and he's brought to Kingpin's new digs. Apparently, the duties of the mayor still haven't stopped Fisk from running his other side operation as he holds court with Hammerhead right where everyone can see. Kingpin takes this opportunity to gloat and rub his newest victory in his arch nemesis's face, saying that he won and he did it legitimately. That while people like Daredevil and the other superheroes appoint themselves saviors of mankind, saviors of New York, Fisk was chosen by the people themselves, and that to go to war with him right now would mean going to war with all of New York. Daredevil doesn't like any of this, but by breaking the mayor's window and escaping, he lets it be known that he's willing to fight Mayor Fisk that much harder and that much smarter from here on out. So that was Daredevil 595, everybody, and overall I thought it was a pretty solid jumping on point, one that also builds on a lot of great stuff that's come before, like the Kingpin miniseries and like Secret Empire. I always do love seeing Matt Murdock as a character being forced to confront corruption. After all, he's an agent of the court, an agent of law and order, and yet also the agent of a system that doesn't work all that much, which forces him to become a vigilante. I'm also a fan of Landini's art. It's nice and crisp. I hope he can stay on this book for a while. I know one of the issues about the Daredevil book is how it kind of goes up and down in art. Overall, if you haven't been reading Charles Soule's Daredevil, I think this would be the perfect jumping on point, and it's definitely one of my favorite Marvel Legacy titles I've picked up, which is why I give it an 8 out of 10. So that's Daredevil, everybody. everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, why not check out some of these other videos from my channel. Then you can head on down into the description and follow me at Cape Joel on Twitter so you're always up to date on when new videos are getting dropped. And hey, if you want to get a great price on this or any other comic book in trade, then also check out my book depository link down in the description. It's no joke my favorite place to buy new comics, and if you buy through my link, not only will you not pay a cent on shipping and handling, but you'll be supporting me and the channel at the same time. So until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again later. Bye bye.